Every once in a while I like to go shopping online for B-movies. That fact may surprise some of you. Typically, I have to judge the movies based off of titles and short little descriptions if I'm lucky enough to even find one, as there's not a lot of information out there about the kind of movies I buy. So one of the main things I have to judge by is the title. That's how I came across CarousHELL here. Now, when I first found this movie, I was hooked. I mean, with a title and picture like that, how couldn't I be? Unfortunately, it was $16, and I'm very cheap, so I had to wait before buying it. Luckily, I recently received a coupon for $10 off on eBay and decided to purchase this for myself. And boy, am I glad I did. This is one of the movies that's the reason I named this channel Weirdflix. It really lives up to that name. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for a ride on the CarousHELL.
Weirdflix.
This is one of those movies that really makes this channel live up to its name. It is so unbelievably, so incomprehensibly strange. I question how this movie could have ever been made, much less released. After watching this episode, I'm sure you will too. I can't even really explain how I felt about it. I wasn't sure if I loved it or hated it. I think I was in shock, so I really couldn't come up with any comprehensive thoughts about it. Well, let's see if we can't figure out whether this is one of the greats or just a sideshow attraction. Our film starts off with an opening narration that appears to be showing us the world's worst theme park. I wrote a note here that said this is going to be special. I had no idea how right I would be. We find out that the narrator is a carousel horse named Duke. He's fed up with being stuck in place and having to give terrible, snotty children rides. Hey, I get it. Job satisfaction is hard to come by in such back-breaking work.
You know, I really hope that Duke is able to work through his problems in a non-violent and productive manner.
We now meet our main characters, Lori, whose entire character is that she's obsessed with her phone, and her brother Lunchbox. I assumed he was called Lunchbox because he was fat, but it's actually because he collects lunchboxes.
I'd like everyone to refer to me as movies from now on.
The plot is kicked off when their mother, who doesn't have a name that I know of, has to go to work and needs Lori to watch Lunchbox for the day. There's a pretty entertaining part here where she describes her job.
Some dumb new rules about lap dances and off-site safety.
What kind of safety do you need at bachelor parties?
Bloodborne pathogens or some dumb stuff like that. Pussy Barn's gotten so corporate since the buyout. Love you, honey.
I had no idea the world of, entertainment was so corporate.
Lori decides that the best way to take care of Lunchbox is to drag him to the world's worst theme park from earlier, a place called, I don't remember them giving it a name. The mascot's called Cowboy Cool, so we'll just call it Cowboy Cools. Lori's boyfriend works there, which is the real reason she's taking him there. That, and she needs to kill time until she goes to a super cool party later. At Cowboy Cool's, Lunchbox takes a ride on Duke, who has been more or less constantly complaining about his life. We get footage of Lunchbox riding the carousel, and despite the fact that Lunchbox doesn't seem to be a particularly bad or nasty rider, Duke snaps. He can't take it anymore. Through sheer force of will, Duke manages to remove himself from the carousel and takes off.
Presumably to go to therapy so that he can really work on tackling his problems.
And just look at those movement effects. Truly stellar work from the special effects department. If you look close enough, you might be able to see that the horse is actually just a picture that moves across the screen. Really squint your eyes and you should see it. Duke runs into a fellow employee, a really depressing looking clown, and after the clown says he's not real and demands a ride, Duke politely asks him to stop his prejudices against carousel horses. No, wait. I'm sorry. I meant he stabs him to death.
I'm sure Duke just let his anger get the better of him. From here on out, I bet he's going to be one friendly and happy horse.
That felt right. This is what I'm supposed to do.
Back with the human characters, Lori and her boyfriend are attempting to engage in some hanky-panky while Lunchbox just chills in the back seat. This ends rather quickly because Lori's boyfriend needs to get back to work, which ends up being the last shift he ever clocks into, as he bumps into Duke, who politely asks him to move aside.
Oh, who the hell put this here? Chicken feet, this is Blue Snow Cone, come in. Some people have a strange sense of entertainment.
Now you can be in charge of security. In hell!
Wait, no, I'm sorry, I got confused. I meant to decapitate him with a machete. How is he even holding that? He has no thumbs. I'm starting to think that this isn't the kids' movie I had assumed it was. I can't figure out how the power of friendship is going to play into this at all.
Cowboy Cool comes across the bodies from Duke's rampage and for some reason instantly knows what caused them.
When I was given this case, I was told that the enchantment on the weapon within it
would counteract what keeps Duke within that unicorn.
Okay, I'll admit it. I didn't see that coming. Is this film gonna turn into a Western now?
Back with Lori and Lunchbox, they're about to head off to the party, but Lunchbox wants to be left home.
I can't leave you home alone. Mom's at work and you know Dad's out of town on business.
You've been saying he's out of town for 8 years.
It's very important business.
Immediately, we meet two people in a park, and I can just tell they're gonna get killed. They're on a picnic when Disposable Girl here sees Duke in the distance and thinks it's a gift from Disposable Guy. He approaches it, and Duke, this time, politely asks him to leave him alone.
Get your hand off me, mother.
Okay, so maybe not politely, but close enough.
Duke gives him a sporting chance to run before taking him down with ninja stars. Disposable Girl runs and makes it to what she thinks is safety, until Duke shows up and, well...
Now you can have a picnic in hell!
Where does he get this stuff?
Also, if you haven't been paying attention, he ends every kill with a quip about the victim being in hell.
Oh boy, alright, I really need to come up with better stuff to say.
I thought it was clever, so from here on out, I'm gonna be continuing that joke.
We now get to see the epic party Lori was talking about. She meets her friend at the door, a girl that I will be calling Pony Girl for reasons that will become evident. She's nice. Her boyfriend, Discount Ryan Reynolds here, isn't so nice. He's got Mardi Gras beads on for, well, you know. Lori's not about that life. Well, unless she's drunk, according to herself.
Set a reminder for 45 minutes to see Lori's
Points for persistence, I guess? We get to meet two more victims, partygoers, a French brother and sister pair. Pony Girl apparently offends the siblings because she knows nothing about France.
What is this? Are you trying to feed us pizza?
I get that she's an idiot, but they didn't have to be so rude. They also seem to be a little closer than you'd expect brother and sister to be. Discount Ryan Reynolds and Pony Girl have a chat, and he's apparently some kind of closeted My Little Pony fan.
Did you know Preston's into My Tiny Uni?
No,
That's why we met.
Nah, this girl. Oh no.
What
Stop
do you
giggling.
think of that?
Stop giggling. No. She's just been drinking. No.
Preston's a brony
No, don't pay attention.
What's your favorite episode?
Season 2. Wait for it. Episode 6.
What the is this movie?
Going to be honest, Season 2, Episode 6 of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic was just okay, honestly. The whole plot with Apple Bloom getting the cutie pox kind of felt scattered and disorganized. Personally, I would not recommend this episode.
What are you talking about?
The guy said his favorite episode of My Little Pony was Season 2, Episode 6. All I'm saying is that he could have picked a much better episode.
Why do you know this?
Yeah, no reason. No reason at all. Why would I know that?
Duke finally arrives at the party, after a quick conversation with one of the guests.
Are you a talking carousel horse?
Now he'll have a headache in hell.
Duke is trying to figure out how to get into the house. At the same time, the pizza guy has just arrived. This man is the visionary behind this film.
This actor's name is Steve Rampisi, and I believe he's the director and writer of this film as well. He also happens to be my favorite character in it. All he cares about is pizza and getting paid.
Discount Ryan Reynolds tries to pay him, but gets distracted by one of the guests. She decides to respond to his advances by throwing hot coffee in his face. This results in the mics getting blown out by the screaming of these actors.
I'm beginning to suspect they didn't have the proper equipment to film this movie.
Lori decides she's going to hit on the pizza man for reasons I'm not quite sure of, and decides to assault him with various innuendos. They're passable.
Sausage. Do you have any? Sausage.
No, nobody ordered a sausage pizza.
I mean, you're
You want to serve pizza with my on it?
The fact that the pizza guy is completely oblivious to this girl's advances really makes the movie for me. He reminds me of myself, solely focused on his job. I can respect that.
Discount Ryan Reynolds leaves to get cash, which means the pizza guy is dragged into attending this party, starting with a game of Never Have I Ever.
I've never played Never Have I Ever myself, because I've never been invited to any parties, but I've heard good things about it.
All I can think about is that everyone in this scene is going to die. I hope the pizza guy makes it out, though. Discount Ryan Reynolds goes to get a drink and is assaulted by one of the partygoers for liking My Little Pony. Seems like a reasonable response. Pizza guy decides to try to collect the money he's owed while Discount Ryan Reynolds is bleeding out, but that doesn't work out so well for him. Duke also seems to have figured out how to get into the party by nicely asking two partygoers if they'll let him in.
Hello, gentlemen.
You here for the party?
Nah, he's here to grant wishes.
Love wishes.
Me too!
I love you, man. wish we were not together.
Wish granted.
Wait, what?
Oh, sorry, I got confused again. I meant he kills them with a lawn flamingo.
Now they can get drunk on a porch. In hell.
We get a quick shot of Lunchbox eating a pizza and Kraft single sandwich, which is close to something I've seen my actual friends eat. Duke manages to ring the doorbell somehow, and everyone decides to bring him inside. What follows is, well... Sure, I guess if I saw a carousel horse appear at my door, I'd do the same thing. Discount Ryan Reynolds wants to carry the horse upstairs for some reason and offers the pizza guy the cash he wants if he helps him.
You know, it looks like Pony Girl is starting to get a little bit too enthused with that horse for my liking. Oh. Sorry, my warning sense for when non-family friendly content is about to happen just went off.
Upstairs, Discount Ryan Reynolds finally pays the pizza guy and then proceeds to make fun of him.
That's like your normal walk. I like it.
As the pizza guy gets downstairs, he realizes that Lori was actually hitting on him the whole time, and he's super excited about it, though he wishes she'd been a little clearer.
Oh, golly gee, Lori, you actually have to tell a fella if you're interested in him. You've just been talking about pizza all night, which is a really weird fetish.
Bless your heart, you stupid, idiotic man. Pony Girl heads upstairs and wants to go see the horse. Whoops, sorry about that. That's the alarm I installed for when things are getting a little too weird, even for this channel. To make a long story short, and to spare you from having to see what I saw, Pony Girl, spends some time with the horse.
I'm not gonna go into any more detail than that.
Duke, despite the fun, kills her after this by lightly hitting her with his hooves. It makes sense.
A child born out of wedlock could really hurt Duke's acting career. Oh, and, you know, now she can spend time with horses in hell.
That French brother and sister from earlier also decide to try to get this channel taken down by engaging in some illicit activities, but luckily Duke puts a stop to it very quickly.
Thank you, Duke. Bless your plastic, evil little heart. Oh, and now they can kiss each other. In hell!
Discount Ryan Reynolds finds this carnage and runs downstairs to warn people. None of them believe him because why would they? Pizza Guy decides that now is the time to stand up for himself.
You, man! None of you pieces of dog seem to give a that I have a job, and that's why I'm even here. Do you motherfuckers even care why I have a job? My pet dog, Otis Barkmeyer, has just been diagnosed with cancer. I'm saving up every single cent that I can to save my best friend. It's treatable, but the vet needs paid first before anything else. Otis is all I have. Dad left. Mama's so drunk she doesn't know where she is half the time, and Uncle Remus is a convicted Otis is my best friend, and he's always been there for me, and I can't let my best friend down. But because of you wads, I gotta give away the rest of my pizzas away for free tonight, and I'm probably fired. Which means I'm letting my best friend down, and he's gonna die. I'm gonna have nobody left. Now what excuse do you have? What can you say to me right now? What can you possibly say to me?
This is probably the saddest character in cinema history. So much tragedy has befallen him.
It looks like more will too, as Discount Ryan Reynolds bites the bullet, as do some other partygoers.
Go ahead, take your best shot, mother.
Now they can party. In hell.
Chris, if you say in hell one more time, I'm going to start crying. I can't take it anymore.
Really? That's the part of the film you have the problem with? That I'm continuing the stupid joke from like 20 minutes in?
Yeah, it's getting kind of annoying. Like, I know you're doing it for comedic effect, but if I never have to hear that catchphrase again, it'll be too soon.
No, I'm more concerned with the fact that you don't see anything else wrong with this movie.
Oh, yeah, there is a lot wrong with this movie. I'm just patiently waiting my turn until I can finally rip into it.
Oh, one of the partygoers was a murderer too who'd been stalking these people for months, and Duke really stole his thunder. Pizza Guy, Lori, and Lunchbox escape, but are cornered by Duke. He's easily knocked over because he's a 3-foot-tall horse statue, and they run to Pizza Guy's car. They argue in the car about what to do.
What if we give him your brother? That's what he wants anyway.
Hey! I can hear
are you?
Well, maybe next time don't off the only homicidal carousel horse.
Unicorn.
Shut up!
And eventually decide to run back into the house. They pepper spray Duke, which works despite Duke having non-functional eyes. We get a montage of them barricading the house, and I'm still wondering why they even went back inside in the first place. Out of nowhere, and one of only 2 actually spooky scenes in this movie, Cowboy Cool sneaks into the house and explains the situation to everyone.
Well, you see, this youngin' over here, he went and got Duke all ticked off. I've been watching that varmint for years. I was hoping that he would stay in his slumber. But then, this rascal over here went and got him so mad that Duke broke free of his prison. And now you got that Nazi son of a bitch on your front door.
Lunchbox hears the door, and the little moron believes that Duke is the pizza guy, causing the death of the one true pizza guy.
He cut you a slice of your face.
I will be delivering pizzas in heaven. Rest in pepperoni, pizza guy.
Lori and Lunchbox go hide, and Cowboy Cool goes to hunt Duke. That mask must have absolutely no field of vision for him to miss Duke like that. He gets stabbed in the back, and Duke goes to get Lori and Lunchbox. Once he finds them, he's easily pushed out of the way, and they make a break for it. We get a title drop.
Hashtag party. Hashtag killer unicorn. Hashtag CarousHELL.
And then the second somewhat scary part of this movie shows up.
Now she can be addicted to her phone. In hell.
Why is this kill so much more horrific than the others? Also, I think those lasers are the power of friendship. Duke corners Lunchbox and describes to him what he's going to do.
You're going to feel what every spoiled brat should feel. The pain you feel is going to be wonderful.
However, Cowboy Cool shows up and lassos Duke, giving him some time to put him down. Cowboy Cool dies, and Lunchbox complains about having to walk a mile home, and it looks like this movie's just about over. We cut to the next day when Lunchbox is still walking home. He tries to flag down a car, which doesn't seem to want to stop.
Looks like he'll be collecting lunchboxes. In hell.
I don't know how he's still alive. Maybe he doesn't need brains to survive, just like the creators of this film. This movie apparently has a moral, as Duke explains.
So let this be a lesson to you folks out there. Don't be such a to things. You never know what random object is a living homicidal maniac. And my memory may be fuzzy, but I know I'm not alone. There's more like me out there. A whole menagerie of mayhem.
Great, just another thing to be paranoid about.
And as he drives off, this carousel comes to a complete and final stop. In hell!
Well, until the after credits scene where Lori's mom finds the result of that thing that will not be mentioned from earlier.
If there's one thing I've learned in my almost 20 years of existence on this cold, cruel marble that's floating the sky, it's that Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania creates some pretty wacky stuff. Blood-sucking pharaohs in Pittsburgh should be enough proof of that, but if you're not convinced, I was born in the burg, and I'm pretty weird. I mean, I'm editing for Weirdflix. I think that's qualification enough. However, CarousHELL takes the cake for weirdest thing that I've ever seen come out of my hometown. I'm slightly concerned that it exists, I'm slightly proud that it comes from Pittsburgh, and I am very confused as to why it has such a cult following that there is a sequel in the works, at least according to their Twitter. Now, here's what I think of the movie. At the beginning, it wasn't that bad. I mean, you can tell it was low budget, but, you know, what do you expect? It was a lot better than some other movies that we've covered on the channel, until the weird pony girl got with the homicidal unicorn. I need to bleach my eyes after that. I cannot get that mental image out of my head. Chris told me that he cut the scene so that I wouldn't have to watch it, but I still saw too much. I am disturbed, and this movie should not exist. You know, maybe the sequel will end up being better than this. I mean, I highly doubt it, but I hope it is. But it's not going to be. Anyways, back to you, Chris.
I don't know what to think about this movie. I loved it, but I hated it. I thought it was funny, but I didn't laugh at all. It's just so weird. It really has to be seen to be believed. Luckily, it's once again free on Tubi. Seriously, does anyone know how to get them as a sponsor? I mention them a lot. Today I'm going to do something I've never done before and actually assign a ranking to this movie. And I'm honored, I guess, to assign it the highest ranking I plan to ever give a movie. The ranking of weird. very, very weird. Now, you might be asking yourself out there, Chris, what's up with this ranking system? What are other possible rankings, and why are you doing this all of a sudden? Well, dear viewer, it's because that somehow this channel has managed to get to 100 subs, and Alex and I have decided to treat you, the viewers, to something very special. We're going to go into our backlog of movies and assign a rating to them all, from a scale of weird to awful. It should be a real treat, so stay tuned for that. As for now, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please tune in next time when we'll be talking about CarousHELL, the movie about a killer Ferris wheel. Thank you for watching, and remember, Weirdflix watches what no one else will.